Earth Charter is and the process through which it was developed. Basically, we've been on a almost 20-year journey since the Earth Charter was first started to be worked on, and a 10-year journey since it was completed. This is the Earth Charter brochure, and it's basically, the Earth Charter is a declaration of principles and values for building a just, sustainable, and peaceful world. It has a preamble which basically lays out the challenges and the opportunities that we face at this critical moment in Earth's history, and challenges us to build a global community that values all people, the larger living world, the community of life that we're all embedded in, and the future generations. The four major areas of the Earth Charter are respect for nature, universal human rights, economic justice, and a culture of peace. In fact, the Earth Charter begins with four general principles that are then elaborated in the other three main areas: the ecological justice, economic justice, and culture of peace. And it ends in a vision of peace that's created by right relationships, not only with ourselves and with our family and with our friends, but with the larger community of life and the mystery that's at the core of all of our being. These are the 16 core principles, and you can pick up a copy in the back. As you can see, some of the key words in it are respecting, caring, building, securing, protecting and restoring, preventing harm, adopting sustainable patterns of production and consumption, eradicating poverty, affirming gender equality, promoting ultimately a culture of peace. The Earth Charter was developed in part as a synthesis of many already existing intergovernmental norms. There was a big part of the preparation for developing the Earth Charter was reviewing all of the existing international treaties and pulling together concern for people, concern for the planet. So it builds off of and in many ways adds to the original two charters of the United Nations. The first charter, which was the founding charter, which focused largely on how nations could collaborate in a peaceful way. The second charter, which really was the Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And the third, which is the third pillar, which is the Earth Charter, trying to bring concern for our wider ecological and planetary space that we live in. I'll give you just a very short history. The Earth Charter was called for in the Brundtland Commission, which was a report that was made in 1987. Probably you're familiar with it. It's called Our Common Future. And Our Common Future calls for a new charter or universal declaration on environment development to guide state and interstate behavior. So when Maurice Strong, the Secretary General of the Rio Earth Summit in Rio in 1992, receiving the recommendations of the Brundtland Commission, said, let's create an Earth Charter as the preamble to what became Agenda 10.1. But because of issues which are still here in climate change, the climate change negotiations, north-south development, environmental protection issues, it was pushed off the table. So the next phase, phase one, 1994 to 2000, had Maurice Strong and Mikhail Gorbachev, largely with the assistance of the Dutch government, Ruud Lubbers, who also has been still active in the Earth Charter, to come together and reignite the Earth Charter process. So there was this 6-year drafting process. A drafting committee was set up, a commission, Earth Charter Commission, representing people from leadership roles in many different countries and UN agencies, came together to actually craft this, and it was probably an international document that was created through the most participatory and transparent consultative process ever done to develop an a document. So at UNESCO in Paris in 2000, the document, the Earth Charter, was approved, and in The Hague, a new phase of the Earth Charter, called the Earth Charter Inaction, was launched. So for the past 10 years, people have been taking the Earth Charter and bringing it into action in education, in religion, in working with youth, in government, in a variety of arenas. And what we've been trying to do now, as we go into the year of celebrating Earth Charter plus 10, is to draw forth many of those best practices, the best resources, and make them available to people that really want to take this integrated ethical vision and use it to deepen our work for sustainable development and a peaceful future. So thank you.